I'd like to welcome you to another session courtesy of the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Resources. I am James Komolafe. Welcome to your daily tonic on this platform. It is a platform to show you that beyond motivation, there is the room for manifestation. And for a few days now, we have been discussing the issue of responsibility. We saw the place of your vital energies. We also saw the 7 languages of responsibility. Today we are going to examine the 3 levels of responsibility so that you can be yourself, do the right thing, and get the right result at this time of COVID-19 pandemic. Isolation should not be a thing of abstraction. Isolation at this locked time period should be a moment of transformation. And transformation is not just a thing, it is an experience. So by what you are going to learn this day, you are going to understand your degree of responsibility and for how well you have been responsible, because responsibility is critical at this hour. It's not enough to sit down at home, staying at home, away from the COVID-19 everywhere, and keeping the social distancing and doing all of the washing with sanitizer, alcohol-based, and keeping all of the other hygienic conditions, which are very necessary. You also need to know the place of your personal responsibility in critical times, for which this episode is hoisted. So, responsibility goes beyond just performing an assignment. People perform assignment, but assignment alone is not enough to confirm whether you are responsible or not. The times we are in now calls for a billion-pound determination to be responsible. And when somebody say, oh, that man is irresponsible, I think in behavioral health it is not more of an abuse. It is just a mere description of a missing link out there. So you know what? Responsibility is all involving and all engaging for an individual from his outside to his inside. What you do and fail to do can't so well in behavioral health balance. So from your inside to your outside, you want to be able to see how well you have fared and are faring up till now. How have you been able to mitigate and minimize the issues of boredom, depression, fear, tiredness at this time? An irresponsible person is not a language of abuse. It is simply an act qualifying one who has failed to deploy all that is necessary for the full deployment of responsibility. So at this COVID-19 pandemic, you need to understand and deploy fully your responsibilities. Keeping the rule of social distance on one hand and performing the much needed responsibility is good, is necessary, but never sufficient. You need to keep to all the precautions and all that you need to create, the productions, even while staying at home. So what is responsibility, and what is the unique thing about responsibility that we want you to see and engage? Responsibility has 3 levels. 1, ability, what you have and possess. 2, activity, what you do. And then reality, who you are given your situation and your circumstances. It is your capacity to mix these 3 together and arrive at a balance given your circumstance that will say you are responsible. So we are going to look at these 3 levels one by one, so that you can gauge yourself and find out to what extent you have been responsible while in isolation, orchestrated by a lockdown at this time. So what is your ability? Your ability is what you have, what you possess. It is the combination of your talents, your gifts, your competencies, your capacities, the grace of God upon your life, the wisdom of God, the unction, the anointing, the understanding that you have, that creativity, that idea. They are all abilities for you. At this critical time, nothing must be in the hiding. You need to engage them all on a serious note. Make up your mind to engage your talents. That is how you can be lively at COVID-19 pandemic shutdown. When you engage your gifts, your talents, you say, where? When I'm at home. Yes, charity till tomorrow begins at home. So engage your capacities. Do it with your family. Do it with your relations. Call people and exercise what you have. So your ability is your equipment. They are the behavioral tools wired and woven within you that you have come to realize and release, especially for such a time like this. The government may have announced a shutdown, but can I tell you what? Your gifts and talents are not shut down. Your competence is never shut down. You can still make use of it. Call a friend. Package somebody to manage in order to avoid damage at this time. You are intact. Your creativity is not shut down. Your capacities can be reworked at this time. So all you need is just to tweak and see what you can do with your ability. Sharpen that skill. Sharpen that competency. Turn the searchlight inward at this time of the shutdown. Don't shut down yourself. Even when the world out there shut you down in the house, it is all for good. See something good about it. I think there is a silver lining to COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. And what's the silver lining? You are able to turn the searchlight to yourself and see where you need to brace up, fine-tune things, and work out for a better strategy given your current energy. It is time to raise your game up and take it to another dimension if you understand this season that we are. So responsibility means engaging your ability in proper order at this time in order to get the best outcomes out of this time. So where is your ability? Don't hide it. Don't lock it down. Trim up that light. Brighten your corner, because you have abilities. And the second level of responsibility is activity. So while ability is your equipment, activity is your assignment. What are your assignments now that you are indoor for about a week now? Is it just to sleep? You will sleep and sleep until the sleep will become something else. What are your activities? What do you do? Do you have a daily schedules of to-do list and not to-do list? That's a man in responsibility. He doesn't wake up to just see what the day holds. He guides and directs his days. He gives issues to his days. His times and his minutes and moments are all numbered. That's why a wise king said, "So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our heart to wisdom." So in this time of COVID-19 shutdown, you need to hit the ground running with certain works, critical works, observable works, initiatives that can turn things around in your home, in your ways, in your relationships, vertically and horizontally. You need those things now. Your activity should describe you, should engage you, should commit you. Create assignments for yourself. Put yourself under targets and ensure that you work it out in order to meet with certain deadlines. Create timelines across board to see how you measure up within these 14 days and beyond. I like to believe that this lockdown will help so many people to come up being decent at the end of the day. You are able to plan your life and plan your time, because you know what? Each tick-tock of the time, it's your life that is ebbing out. So that's why don't while away the time during this season. Engage yourself productively. Engage your energies. Give your energies some certain assignments to go and perform. Spiritual energy, energy of the heart. Hook up with God, your maker. Deepen your root in God so that you can shoot out heavily. Mental energy, study. Occupy your mind. Exercise your intelligence. Memorize. Meditate. Keep a moment of silence and enjoy yourself, at least for once. Practice personal presence, which is the whole thing we will look for a time to also share. Because until you begin to experience yourself, the world out there cannot experience and enjoy you. What you don't have, you cannot give. Many people are out there presently absent and absently present. We need your full you inside out. So create activities that will engage your energies and raise your level of vibration to another level. You can't afford not to do something creative and productive at this time. Make yourself happy, catch fun, play, sleep, eat very good food, balanced diet, keep your water therapy intact, be fluidy and soluble. Very vital. So activity is critical. When you don't do activity and you sit there in one place, you know what? You are writing application letter to boredom, lethargy, depression, and all kinds of behavioral deviation begins to set in. You feel tired and bored. You are writing application letter to excess fat. So you need to burn energies as you build calories through food. Good dieting also burn energy. Exercise, jump, run, do stretch walk around your house while you keep social distancing. This is very vital and very important. And the last level of responsibility is reality. Your reality talks about your environment on the outside and your consignment as a person. So ability, your equipment, what you possess as tools. Activity, your assignment, what you do. While reality, your environment outside and your consignment as a person. So what is your reality? It is the situation and circumstances around you at this moment. It is your prevailing condition now at COVID-19. You must never run riot to the prevailing conditions. You must work in harmony to understand what is on ground and do the right thing. I think national orientation begins from personal orientation. So it's a time to carry out principles that will reorientate you as a person so that you can walk in harmony with what the seasons demand. Closeness, rapport with your family, a moment of fun, a moment to just play it cool and play it down. What do you imagine when you have an automobile, a car, sand car, that you never service for 2 years, and you keep running and running and running? One day that car will break down. So to avoid breaking down and breaking downs in lives, please find time to rest. Relax. Take it easy. So your reality is critical, inside out. Your capacity to understand your reality will help you to be in charge, like we said yesterday. So these are the 3 levels of your responsibility. So as we shut down today on this episode, responsibility comes at 3 levels. 1, know your ability. 2, grow your activity. And 3, show your reality. When you know and grow and show, then you will shine, of course, during lockdown. You will not sink, you will shine. And that's the secret of productivity in isolation. The government have announced the production, the protection and the preservation. You do the production to complete the triangle. Preserve yourself, protect yourself from COVID-19. Don't walk around because you don't know who is infected already. Stay at home. Do the needful. When you can balance your activity, ability, and reality, then you have an alignment there. So behavioral alignment is critical at COVID-19 if you must be productive. Your ability, you have not discovered it, please discover it. Discover it. Your activity, you have not grown it, please grow it, develop it. Your reality, you have not discerned it, please discern it and deploy it. Deploy your competence into it. Deploy your resources into it. So the final word tonight, don't be lopsided in your approach. Balance yourself and your family. Be the right person to do the right thing as we enjoy times and not endure the times. Tomorrow, God's willing, we shall consider the lifestyle of responsibility. So we have taken the language, the levels. So tomorrow we will see the lifestyle of a man in responsibility. Thank you so very much. Please share these teachings with people and let be a blessing out there to everyone that will come across. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay safe and keep the social distancing. Cheers and bye.